Hi, welcome to Golden Ant Enterprises. I've got a new institute that I've created, the Holistic Institute. Hi, and this is the disc. I'm going to use my technology. I developed ultra high definition images and ultra high fidelity sound. I've also developed 6C technology, and I've also got the Global Peace Network. But I established the Global Peace Network a few years ago. I found that on the internet, my father, Brian Senewiratne, the boss of the Tamil Tigers, who went quiet for a while, is out there again. He did a Zoom. He's telling the same old lies. And it's outrageous. I'm going to show you his presentation and correct the record. He says that he was campaigning for the Tamils since 1948. He was born in 1942, that makes sense. That means he's been campaigning for the Tamils since he was 16. He didn't do anything of the sort. He was pushed on stage by his socialist or communist uncle, Edmund Samarakuri, the younger brother of his mother, Nini Samarakuri. And I have first-hand knowledge of how he treated his mother. He crippled her and then killed her because he wanted to get their antiques. He stole his father's stamp collection as well, and treated his father for hypertension, high blood pressure, and eczema. He's killed a string of people who stood in his way. And then he was also involved in starting the war in Sri Lanka. He took out a contract from the Tamil mayor, Alfred Durayappa, who was a friend of my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, as was S.V. Chavaragam. The Tamil leaders, they were all friends of my grandfather, Vindictive, who my father never mentions by name. Never mentions him by name. My grandfather was killed in 1977. I don't know the details, but it was done in Colombo in 1977. Then my grandmother was brought to Australia so that they could steal all her property. Her grandchildren did it. My father and Chavaran Bakumara Kulasinghe and Freddie Ratnesa, three Tamil Tiger bosses, were the executors of my grandmother's will, which I was never shown. My grandmother, Alagaratnam, was kept prisoner in a nursing home for 10 years because they denied her a knee replacement, which my mother's had both her knees replaced. I found out recently that they also refused to do cataract surgery on her. They blinded her. When I came back to Queensland, I didn't know this was going on. I was in Melbourne So I came up after I'd been locked up at the Royal Park Hospital by my sister and Robert Purser, my father, and Chevron Bakumarguluthinga, conspiring and making false reports about me. That was in March, and then I was locked up on the 7th of April in 1995 in Melbourne, and tortured. They stole everything from me, rendered me homeless, closed my practice down, sold my house and took the money, closed my studio that I'd set up. And then Robert Percy distributed my property among the people who had been involved in the conspiracy, the other members of my band, the Figs. It's a long story. With many twists and turns. It's a saga, an epic struggle against the Tamil Tigers, and now they're resurging, as I warned they would. These people are so evil, so evil. Anyway, I'll show you my father's presentation when I got connected again.